Sit. So you have written a lot about you for about 19 pages.
Yes, sir.
Tell me very, very briefly in 2 or 3 sentences about you. If somebody asks, who are you? What will you tell?
Sir, I did my graduation in Agriculture and Irrigation Engineering from College of Engineering, India. And during the lockdown, I transitioned into a different domain called ethical hacking. And currently, I'm self-employed as an ethical hacker. Beyond that, I love watching movies, football, and I also do bullet journaling.
You also?
Do bullet journaling, sir. Bullet journaling.
What is it?
So it's kind of it's a productivity system to track what we what we do. It's kind of a task manager, but it is analog.
You studied in College of Indian Engineering, 2018 you completed, graduated.
Yes, sir.
Before COVID.
Yes, sir.
So you didn't get the benefit of COVID.
No, sir.
You are from Kanyakumari,
Yes, sir.
isn't it? Kanyakumari is a hazard-prone district. What are the hazards to which Kanyakumari is prone to?
So Kanyakumari is prone to flooding, landslide, cyclone and tsunami, sir.
Cyclone, tsunami. Which were the villages worst affected in tsunami in 2004?
So I don't exactly remember.
Which was the village worst affected in entire Tamil Nadu in tsunami, entire India in tsunami? A village in Kanyakumari was worst affected.
Rajakamangalam? I'm sorry, sir.
Nearly 900 people died in that village.
I'm not able to recollect that, sir.
Have you not heard about the name Kulachal?
Kulachal is a very familiar place, sir, but I did not know it was the most affected.
Okay, now you have not taken your subject which you studied in the college.
Yes, sir.
Is it because it is not available in the options?
It was available, but it was very different from my optional. I studied engineering, agricultural engineering, but agricultural in optional was more science oriented, so it was very different.
So you have to switch over to some other subject.
Yes, sir.
So you switched over to
Sociology.
Sociology. Okay. So there are many subjects, why did you choose sociology?
Sir, it was very pragmatic one, sir. I wrote 2 mains with Tamil optional, but I was scoring very below average mark in Tamil. So I decided to change to an optional that has some sort of overlap with the general studies paper and essay paper as well.
That's a good choice. Okay, what is the difference between sociology and psychology? Are there any overlaps? What are the overlaps and what are the differences?
So psychology studies the mind of an individual. It is more personal and individual oriented. Sociology studies society systematically. It has different viewpoints and different vantage points to study society, but it has a more macro view on society and individual. Psychology is more micro view on individuals.
So if many individuals come together, it becomes a crowd.
Yes.
Does the crowd behave differently?
Yes, sir. Crowd has different psychology, sir.
Right.
So in sociology,
I have my character, my behavior, my psychology. When I go into a crowd, why do I behave differently?
Sir, in sociology, Durkheim called it collective effervescence, which means like when there is a religious gathering happening, the mentality of the crowd changes.
Why? I'm asking why.
I'm not
mentality of the crowd changes is fine. Why? Why does it change? Why I lose my identity, my conviction, and become one with the crowd, accept whatever the crowd is doing? Personally, I'm walking on the street, I will not pick up a stone and throw at a building, break a window. But if I'm in a crowd, I am doing that. Why?
I'm not sure why, sir. I'm not aware of it.
Okay. What are your hobbies?
Sir, I have added capture the flag challenges in cybersecurity there.
And what is it actually?
Sir, capture the flags is kind of an event, sir, where a system or application are designed with the vulnerabilities inside it. And there's usually a secret code inside the system or application. The code is called flag. The task of the participant is to exploit the vulnerabilities. It is basically hack the application and find the secret code. So capturing the flag, capturing the flag or the secret code is called capture the flag, sir.
So this is your hobby?
Yes, sir.
You try to capture this code in many software programs.
I mean, it is like it is a separate event in the sandboxed environment, sir. We do not randomly go and hack any companies. It is a separate event.
But you said you are hacking now, ethical hacking.
Yes, sir.
What is it?
Ethical hacking means Authorized penetration testing.
Who authorizes you?
The companies usually encourage hackers to legally test their application and report vulnerabilities. There is code of conduct and terms of conduct as well.
But that I can understand. Other than that, you don't work for people to hack somebody else's.
No, sir, that would be illegal and a crime, sir.
So you don't do that.
No, sir, that would constitute.
You can help police legally. You can help policemen legally.
Yes.
Have you done anything like that?
No, sir.
You've not done.
No, sir.
Police also needs hackers, sometimes
Yes.
to find out.
I have tried applying the NCCI, National Critical Information Infrastructure Protection Center's penetration testing, but I have not received any calls.
Okay. Now, how is your optional subject, sociology, related to the current challenges? Do you think a lot of relevance is there for the current challenges in the society and in governance? If so, what are they? How your subject will be useful? Or is it just for clearing the exam, or do you think there is more relevance?
Sociology helps us systematically understand society, sir. Before that, I did not understand concept like Sanskritization or vote bank politics. In sociology,
What is Sanskritization and what is Westernization?
So Sanskritization is an emulation of lower castes by the ritual practices of upper castes by lower castes. That is Sanskritization. Westernization is adapting to the Western institutions or Western education system. And during the colonial period that we did is more Westernization, sir.
Are these two interlinked or separate?
No, sir, both are separate events.
Separate?
Yes, sir.
Westernization and Sanskritization are separate?
Yes, sir.
How are they separate?
Sanskritization focuses more on rituals and practices that are basically followed by the upper castes. Westernization.
Have you read M.N. Srinivas who gave this concept?
Yes, sir.
You have read M.N. Srinivas?
Yes, sir. It's part of the
Syllabus. Then how can you say that they are different? They are not interlinked. See, since the topmost layer becomes westernized, there is a vacuum created, so the subordinate castes rise up and try to follow their rituals, emulate them.
Yes.
So that is how they are connected. How can you say that they are not connected?
Okay, sir.
Huh?
I was trying to distinguish between the events.
No. They are very much connected. How can you say that they are not connected? They are very much connected. You cannot say they are not connected at all.
Okay, sir.
What are the three biggest challenges facing the society due to social media?
The first one would be, sir, like social media addiction. The amount of time that people are spending is very unhealthy. The second one would be, I would say, the pornography, especially the child pornography and the crime associated with it. The third one would be unrealistic standards, both like body standards and lifestyle standards that are like spread by the social media and the echo chambers that it creates and the polarization it does.
So how do you handle it? If you are a district administrator, how will you handle this?
Sir, as a district administrator, I would say that the scope is very limited. But we can handle the social. We can ask the social media.
Okay, you are not a district administrator. You are the secretary IT.
Yes, sir.
So how will you handle
I would say that I would ask the social media intermediaries to open up their predictive algorithms, sir. Like they are showing very harmful content. You can ask them to open up their social media algorithms, like how are they recommending the content. Also, we can put broad limitations on what they are showing to a different set of people. For example, they are like showing very harmful content to the teenagers. Even in the first or second reels, when they are opening the account.
Who decides what is harmful?
Harmful in the sense, sir, like.
So if I am a fundamentalist, I will say even a little liberal thinking is harmful.
So we can follow the constitutional framework as to what is harmful, what is violent.
What does the Constitution say? Which section talks about it? What does it say?
So, for example,
which section talks about it? Constitutional provision.
Article 19.
What does it say?
It talks about freedom of expression.
No, 19.1 talks about freedom of expression. What does it say? Reasonable restriction.
Yeah, it puts reasonable restriction.
So, what is reasonable? Who decides?
Violating the sovereignty of our country would be on. For example, the deep sea KA.
No, but this setting unrealistic body standards is not against the country.
Okay.
Then? social media addiction is not against the country.
Yes, sir. This is a.
In fact, politicians are using social media more than anybody else. They want the youth to be addicted to the social media.
Yes, sir.
Then,
Sir, but fostering violence and promoting violence would be violation of constitution, sir. They are promoting.
no, I am not promoting violence. I am just posing that this body, six pack, and this body shape, this is ideal. I am not creating any security threat or violence.
Yes, sir.
I am just giving entertainment programs and an algorithm which will tell you what to watch if you like this, and people get addicted. It is not my problem.
Yes, sir. Like.
Think about it. Now, as a sociologist, do you think work-life balance is necessary?
Yes, sir. I do believe work-life balance is necessary.
Necessary. Then, now recently, Narayana Murthy was talking about 70-hour work week, and the CEO of L&T was telling 90-hour work week. What do you want to sit at home on Sundays and look at your wife's face? So, as a future civil servant, you will be working 24/7. You will not have work-life balance. It will be work and total imbalance as far as life is concerned. So, is this work-life balance a myth or reality? And why, if you think it is a reality, why are you opting for a job where you cannot maintain work-life balance?
Sir, I believe productivity is very different from the amount of time we spend on work, sir. Productivity is like how much work we get done with the time we have. And I believe that in case of the Narayana Murthy sir statement, he did not address the productivity aspect of it. I would say that we need to focus more on the productivity instead of spending more time on the work. As far as this challenge of my civil service is concerned, I will focus on improving productivity as much as I can, so that I will get my leisure time.
But then in the midnight there will be a disaster, you have to go. Midnight there will be communal and violence, you have to go.
Yes, sir.
There is no question of productivity.
Yes, sir.
The urgency is always there, 24/7 urgency.
Yes, sir.
And then you have to tackle it. What will it? It is, believe me, I have worked as an IAS officer, it is a 24/7 job.
Yes, sir.
What
Sir,
will you do?
in that case, we need to accept the challenge of the role, sir. We need to.
Then it will go against your fundamental belief work-life balance is necessary.
Yes, sir. Like.
So why would you do something which goes against your conviction?
Sir, I believe that all.
Will you sacrifice your conviction for the benefits which IAS is giving you? Status and this and that.
Sir, I believe that not all days are going to be same. Some days will be very challenging.
Depends on which post you are going.
Yes, sir.
I was working in disaster management. Every day was the same. At national level, somewhere, every day some disaster will be happening.
Sir, in that case, a personal sacrifice is expected because disaster management is the
You become fire chief.
Yes, sir.
Then what we have?
Sir, in that case, I will accept the nature of the challenge because the impact I can.
So which means you will sacrifice work-life balance.
Sir, I do not agree with the Narayana Murthy sir statement, but at the same time, the role.
No, I am not quoting Narayana Murthy. I am asking in larger context of work-life balance.
Sir, if the role demands it, like the disaster management authority, I would say that it
so which means it's not necessary.
It's not necessary for a role like that, sir. In general, for
some people only it is applicable.
Yes, sir.
For some people it is not applicable.
It is not applicable. For a
so the fellow who is working 24/7, his health will go for dogs, his family life will be disturbed. It is okay.
Sir, in that case, we can promote more leave days in other when they have completed their job. Like we can give them more flexible vacations, and maybe that will offer them solution to focus on their health and both.
For a district magistrate, you will never be able to go on vacation.
Yes, sir. I understand, but the district manager role is only one of the positions offered by the IAS. So I would say that it is, and the role in terms of the meaning it provides, in terms of when it comes to impact we create as a district manager, district magistrate, as
okay, let's go to some international issues. There have been resurgence items of Khalistani elements abroad. How would India handle the diaspora posing as a threat to international sovereignty?
So.
You know what's happening in Canada?
Yes, sir.
Pro-Khalistani groups are gathering there.
Yes, sir.
And what is the implication? How will we manage?
Sir, this is a very difficult challenge because another country is not regulating a threat that is a very serious issue for India. The first approach would be what we as our country currently doing would be the first step, like diplomatic protesters and like raising the issue in the global forums would be the first step. Second one would be like addressing the issue, addressing the false narratives in the propaganda as to what they are wrong, and we can also show like the progress and growth of Punjab and the development it has made in the recent times as to like to defeat the propaganda.
Why is Sonam Wangchuk protesting in Ladakh? Should Ladakh be given statehood and 6th schedule status or not?
Sir, I need to read up on that, sir.
You have to read up on that. Okay. Supreme Court upheld the abrogation of Article 370 and directed elections by September 2024. How significant is this?
Sir, statehood to Jammu and Kashmir was promised when the state reorganization happened, but it has been postponed due to the security threat that is still present there.
Okay, let's stop it. What is your take on the Citizenship Amendment Act?
So the Citizenship Amendment Act aims to provide the refugees from our neighborhood states it aims to fast track their citizenship status in India. The intent is good. At the same time, it excludes certain religious minorities as well. We need to make it more inclusive.
Can you elaborate on the exclusion issue?
It excludes the Muslims from the fast track citizenship.
Right.
Because like our neighbors are majority Muslims, so it's very difficult.
Is that right?
Sir, I would say that it goes against our secular values. It goes against our secular values, sir.
It's not correct.
It's not correct.
Okay. See, there is a video which is circulating, and finally it has come to you. Your boss, your superior, is taking a bribe. What will you do? What is your moral duty?
Sir, my moral duty...
He is taking bribe has nothing to do with you. It is not going to affect you.
Okay.
But he is taking a bribe. It has come to your notice. A video is there. You see that video. What will you do? What steps will you take?
Sir, I would take the step to report to the higher officials who is basically the boss of my boss.
He is the ultimate boss. He is the head of the department. What will you do? The only way is to go to the newspapers, whistleblow. Will you do that? Are whistleblowers protected in the country?
Yes, sir. Whistleblowers are protected in the country.
By what?
By the Whistleblower Protection Act.
That is an act, but real protection are you getting?
No, sir.
Then will you do that? Take the risk?
Sir, I will take the risk because it serves the larger interest of the society, sir.
You will take the risk?
Yes, sir.
So this job which you are getting after writing civil service exams, prelims, mains, interview, would you be willing to throw it away?
It goes against my values, sir. My values, like if I'm ignoring an issue that is affect the larger interest of the society, it will go against my conscience and the values I believe in. And if I do that, it will make me.
So all the people, majority of the people, when they are interviewed or when they come into the service, they have the same values which you are articulating. But slowly over the time, many of them become corrupt. Why?
Because the issues that is persisting at the systematic level, sir. And one of the way we can address the corruption is like making the e-governance, promoting e-governance as much as possible. It was pointed out by our Finance Secretary of Tamil Nadu that whenever e-governance is promoted, the corruption level goes down. We can promote e-governance and address more systematic challenges to eliminate the possibility of taking bribes. And e-governance is one of the solution. We can use technology as much as possible.
But RTI Act was introduced to bring this transparency. Do you think RTI Act has failed?
I wouldn't say it's failed, but it is not living up to its potential, sir.
What should be done to make it to live up to its potential?
First one would be filling all the vacancies. Vacancies are the high in number. We need to fill more vacancies. Also, we need to eliminate this possibility of providing answers like data not available. Data is personal. We need to make the provisions less vague and clearly identifiable. In that way, we can improve the potential of the RTI.
Very good. What is climate justice? Since you are taking sociology, climate justice is very, very important in climate change. What is climate justice?
Sir, I don't know the exact definition of it. I understand climate justice is providing security and justice to the people who are most affected by the climate change. And we can, one of the ways to address would be like providing resilient infrastructure in the regions that are
most affected. Supposing that I have built a bungalow, huge bungalow on the sea coast, and the sea level rises. I am a super rich man, but my bungalow submerges. I am also the most affected. Should government worry about me? Is it only most affected?
Sir, if they are violating any coastal regulations or so on.
No violation. I have taken permission, I have built it.
Sir, if the climate is affecting anyone, irrespective of their social status, we need to provide the baseline justice to everybody. We cannot.
It is not that who is affected only. It is the people who are most affected are the people who have contributed least to the climate change. The poor people who did not ride on car, who don't travel in planes, who don't have luxury items at home, who have not contributed to the climate change are suffering from climate. That is the point.
Yes.
You get it? It is not simply who are most affected.
Yes. Yes, sir. Vulnerable section is the contributed the least, and
they are the ones who is most affected. That is the take we have to. You have to talk about.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Now, India is trying to open its nuclear space, atomic energy power plants to private sector people.
Yes,
is it a welcome move? What are the perils and what are the advantages?
Sir, India aims to produce 100 gigawatts of nuclear energy by 2047. Currently, it is only 8 gigawatts. The investment by the government alone will not be sufficient to reach the targets of 2047 100 gigawatts production. So, in that case, the private investment is welcome. But at the same time, we need to address the civil liability of the nuclear damages issue that might arise out of the private investment. And it's very important that in the sense that we need to reach the climate change targets that we have set. For example, the net.
But is it not going to be a case where the solution is going to be worse than the disease?
Sir, different countries have taken a different chance, sir. France and US is promoting nuclear developments. At the same time, Germany and Japan has cut it down. If we can provide,
but would you be able to have the same standards as they are having in France here?
We can only
in India, looking at our governance structure.
I'm not sure, sir.
You're not sure?
Yes, sir.
What do you mean by that? You're not sure?
Like, we can only find out after
accident has happened.
No, sir.
Then it will be too late, isn't it?
We need to follow the standard protocols, sir.
See, as far as our regulations are concerned, Indian regulations are at par with every other country. We are not even capable of enforcing regular traffic.
Yes.
As simple as that. So is it safe to open up nuclear space for private players? If something goes wrong, then who will be held responsible?
Sir, going by that argument, I would say it is quite.
There are precedences here where 1984 Bhopal gas tragedy became the biggest chemical disaster in the world.
Yes, sir.
People responsible were let out.
Yes.
Then
the Union Carbide CEO was
he was allowed to escape from the country, and actively he was helped to escape from the country. Okay. Then what will happen if you open the nuclear space?
In that sense, I would say that
you did not change your opinion quickly.
Okay, sir.
I'm just arguing.
Okay, sir.
See, can you discuss the youth unemployment problem in India? Are you aware of it? What is the level of unemployment problem?
The reason.
What is unemployment first?
Unemployment is when people are seeking for employment are not finding the job. Would be the.
Is that unemployment? Yes. I want to become an IAS officer. Any work which is given to me less than that I will not do. I remain unemployed. Am I unemployed?
So people should actively seek the employment, sir.
No, I seek. I want to become an IAS officer. I seek that.
Writing the competitive exam would not constitute that would come under the.
I want to become an engineer in Hyundai. I don't want to do any other job.
Sir.
Am I unemployed?
So that represents aspiration, sir. An aspirational job is
Then what is unemployment?
the people who are actively looking for a job and not finding it.
Looking for
Actively,
any job?
Any job.
Any job. I want to do any job in commensuration with my educational qualifications.
Yes, sir.
But I am getting a job of waiter in a hotel. I am not doing it.
That would be underemployment, sir.
I am not joining it. Is it unemployment or is it not taking the opportunity?
That would be unemployment, sir.
So I, despite being a PhD and wants to do a teaching job at least in a school, I refuse to take the job of waiter. So I will be called unemployed.
Yes, sir.
Hmm?
Yes, sir. That,
Unemployed or
sir, if they are not taking up the job, they would come under unemployment.
okay. Now another question. I am not giving you any answers. I am not saying yes or no. What is the percentage of unemployment in the country? What is the percentage of youth unemployment? When you say youth unemployment, what is the age group you are looking at?
Sir, age group for youth is 15 to 29.
15.
15, sir. Unemployment status is calculated from 15, sir. 15 to 59.
15?
15, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
According to
15 or 18?
15, sir.
Okay.
15. According to the latest PLF survey, around 4.7% of the population is unemployed,
Out of the youth?
which I am not sure, sir. Youth unemployment is not sure.
Is it only 4.1?
What, sir?
Is it only 4.1 youth?
No, sir. I think it's around 20%, but I'm not sure about the exact figure.
So why this discrepancy?
Sir, youth, there is lack of quality employment.
What is the upper age to leave somebody from this calculation? I'm 65, I'm seeking a job, I'm not getting it, am I unemployed?
Sir, the unemployment rate is calculated only up to the age of 59. So above 65 would not come under the consideration of employment.
Okay. Okay, the formal interview stops here.
Okay, sir. Thank
Okay,
you.
I will.